just cut off there. What we were walking into was your first real estate experience as
Yes.
how old?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm just
Yeah, so a long
no, I
time
was
ago.
no, I was almost like today I'm 49, so it's like I was like 29,
Okay, so a
28,
lot of people
28, yeah.
sometimes would be like, "Hey, 29, you're just now getting into real estate."
Yeah.
So you just got into real estate, right? And so you were starting to say there was this builder of communities for
There's
your
a
first.
builder,
This
yeah,
was your first real estate transaction.
yes, and there was a builder community, and I had a horrible accent at the time, and I said, you know what, I'm a good salesman, and I would like to list one of your property. The guy looked at me like I was a joke. I was like, okay, so what do you do? Like how? I said, I know everybody in town. I'm selling appliances,
Where were you?
in Minnesota, Minneapolis.
Okay.
Then I said, you know what, I know everybody in town, and I can sell. I can try to do something for you, and to make it short, the guy said, listen, I'll give you one listing, and if you sell this listing, I will give you. Show me how you can sell it. To be honest, I had a dentist, and he's a friend of mine, Murad, and I don't know if he's watching. He'll be watching us for sure. He's still my friend until now. And he was looking to buy a house. He bought this house,
Oh,
and I sold it. Then I started working with this builder, and I started growing. I became a platinum agent with Remax, which is I was working with Remax at the time in 3 months. And
wow,
platinum agent earned more than $250,000 in commission to be a
man!
platinum agent.
This was in your first year,
Yes, in first 3 months or
first
4 months.
3 months.
4 months, yes,
My
because
God,
I used to drive 4,800 miles a month. 4,800 miles, and my truck need tires. I didn't change the tires because it's not like because it's the money. Like of course money and time.
time.
There was no time. Like
Yeah.
like I had a goal and I had to prove myself. And you know just selling real estate, it's you have to love what you're doing, and I found that this is the thing I like, selling, negotiation, and being
When did you
involved.
know? When did you know that real estate was it for you? Like there was it. There was nothing else.
When I went to join Remax, and Remax is a big company, I love Remax. One of the companies I respect a lot is Remax. And I didn't work with a lot of companies. I worked with two brokers my whole life, and EXP is my third broker.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of respect for Remax. And one of the companies I admire a lot, and I love the company. And I went there. They said, "Listen, you're too new to work at Remax. Like Remax for the sharks." I said, "I want to learn." They said, "Like, we're not the place to learn. There's other place." That was a challenge for me.
I was gonna say, I think you now. Oh, so you're like, I accept your challenge then, if that's what
Yeah,
you say.
and I accept the challenge, and I found a lot of support and people, like great environment, and I work with a lot of professional people. They support me a lot, again, and th- I grow myself, like I grow over, like the job and teaching and learning, and like learning until I stand at the stage one day, and I was teaching agents, you know how to do the business and how to do the leads. And I was one of the first few people of the whole country here, and I have to, I take pride of this. I was one of first few people to work with the internet and lead generating business, and how to generate business, how to. I opened a Google pay-per-click campaign 15 years ago
Oh wow.
or 16 years ago when
Yeah.
people didn't know
Some people
anything.
they didn't even know what that acronym meant. People
Yes.
didn't even
Like,
know.
which we used to work with Google, and there was a big company. They used to sell also leads, home gain.
Yeah.
Home gain. I don't know if you know this company. Like, they do like a landing page. That was like 18, 17 years ago.
Yeah.
So today, like you see, like you open the internet and everything is about leads and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
stuff that we start like long time ago.
2 decades ago, people
Yes.
were doing lead gen, right?
Yes, and I work also. Look, I work in investments and construction and design. So everything is around real estate. Everything around real estate. That was also a lot of knowledge for me.
Yeah.
Like adds more knowledge and more weight to my experience selling and negotiating. Because again, like it's not easy. You can go to a luxury community, and this is one of the advice, or like one of the things that a lot of agents don't get it. You can get to one of the communities, like let's say a multi-million-dollar community, Kings Point.
Yep.
Do you know that the right side is different than the left side? How are we going to price the house? If we have a 5,000 square feet house is listed for $3 million, and we have another 5,000 square feet house is listed for $1.5 million, what's the difference?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they both this is not an appraisal job.
Right.
Like this is an experience. You have to think about the style of the house, the view of the house, the design of the house, the quality of the materials. What's the baseboard? What's the crown molding? And there's certain details about the house. That's why this house is more $2 million. This house is less $1 million. So there is a lot of
Detail oriented.
detail
Yeah.
that you don't get it like normally. Like people say, oh, this is a $5 million house in cross street, and there's $1.7 million house. What's the difference? And a lot of Asians think like they all multi-million-dollar. No, there's big difference.
Yeah.
There's totally big difference.
Is that attention to detail?
Yes, details and quality and the product.
Well, has that attention to detail been, I don't know, maybe the fuel or the secret behind the success of Ahmed and his real estate mogul?
See, I'm gonna tell you this. Like, if you wanna sell luxury, if you wanna talk about luxury and you wanna sell real estate, you have to live the luxury. Also, you have to understand luxury, because you're not selling a house, you're selling a lifestyle. One of the listings and I sold it was a house was been listed at the market for I don't remember addresses, but you can, like, if you go to Zillow, you're gonna find the houses I sold. So the house has been listed for 6 years at the market for $1.5 million to a big family, and they call me, and I get the listing. I got the listing, and they told me, like, we bought this house for $1.5 million. It's a lake house, beautiful area, and they're not selling the house for 6 years. Because the house is not in Lake Nona, it's in St. Cloud.
Okay.
But it's Lake Nona. Technically, it should be Lake Nona, but nobody understand how you can sell it. So I sold this house in 1 month. It's 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, because I sold the house and I sold the lifestyle around the house. The first buyer I had, Mr. Mark, I'm not gonna say names because their names, like, I don't want to say last name, but Mr. Mark, he came, he saw the house, a great guy. I sold the house, buyer and seller. We walked through the whole house. I explained for him what can happen, the lifestyle around the house, how we can improve, what's the improvements, what's the cost for all this stuff. Then what happened is he said, make an offer, cash. I'm buying the house. I sold the house.
So, like you said, you're selling that lifestyle. And to fast forward, after how many years in real estate before you turned to luxury real estate?
Like, I start luxury like 2 years, 3 years ago.
Okay.
Like, that's and before, in the past, when I start like 15 years ago, I start the first year, then the second year I did luxury. Then I start going into the construction, investments, all this stuff. Then I'm back again to luxury, because that's the market for luxury now.
Yeah.
Like, there was certain time there was no market, like when the market was
2008. Yeah.
So it's like, I was focusing with a lot of construction, business, I work with a lot of hedge fund companies, big companies, and I shift my business completely, but I got my real estate back again, and I start work again, I believe 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, so just got back in the 2-3 years ago is not just back in. So the difference really is what I'm hearing is sell and say, suppose your new build construction house of your cookie cutter homes next to each other, right? And the luxury industry of real estate is kind of is selling the lifestyle, knowing what that lifestyle means, and being able to not only sell, but portray that lifestyle, to sell it to the person that's there, to be able to say, hey, this is what this house means, what you can do here, the fun of the house, what's incorporated in the lifestyle of this type of real estate.
Yes, exactly. And you are absolutely correct. And what are you going to do also? You're going to realize that you're not, you have with the luxury real estate, you're not going to have too much time with the buyer or the sellers. Yeah. They're always busy people. They always have different jobs. They have different businesses. They travel around the world, like whatever, so you have to be specific, and you have to explain this. You have to bring everything together at the same time. You have to be prepared and ready for a presentation that, first, you're selling yourself. Second, you're telling the client, buyer or seller, the lifestyle, like what's the lifestyle of the house, how they're gonna buy the house, how they're gonna entertain, where's the entertainment, the brands, the design, the builder. You have to know the builder and what's the history of the builder, and how many houses the builder, the designer, the architect. If you don't have all this information when you're going to sell a multi-million-dollar home, nobody cares.
You're not passing the test.
You're not going to make the sale. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you're going to be lucky because it's a distressed property, or there's an issue with the property. But most of the time, people wants to know everything about the house they're buying. You know?
So I can only imagine the research having to go in for you. So with only 3 years crossing over, knowing builders, all these other things. I mean, do you sleep?
No.
I was gonna say
No,
I didn't think so.
that's the truth, by the way. No, I don't.
Yeah, no sleepings. I mean, and
I try.
I heard you I heard you earlier how much you love to go to bat for your client, right? And kind of walk me through what that means to go to bat for your client versus just selling the home, right? Get the commission to sell the house, right? So many realtors possibly are focused on just make the commission, sell the house, and may not work for their client, right? But walk me through what do you mean by that? How you love going to bat for your client?
Okay, we're not order takers. So, this is what I explained to my client. I said, listen, you hire me, you fire me at any time you like. If I don't do the job, or if I don't answer my phone, fire me. If I don't take calls from other agents, fire me.
Unless he's on this podcast, okay, people?
No, and I mean it, by the way. Like, fire me if I don't answer the phone. Fire me if I don't do the job. Fire me if if I promise I don't deliver. And just hire me today and see what I'm going to do. So the main thing is when you see the agents these days, and I don't mean it in a bad way, like, they're not doing the job the right way. Like, I'm not saying everybody, but people doesn't answer the phone. People, like, they don't wanna like put the effort to make the sale, negotiate. So for me is I enjoy negotiation. I work for my client. I take care of my clients. I go negotiate, and I have a story after story after story I can tell you, and I have clients by name. Then I get them more than they ask for. More than they ask for, and I went 500 miles for them. Just because what I feel like this is an obligation. Like, people put the trust on you. They want to sell their house. They want to buy a house. You know what? My job is not to put the property at the MLS and wait right beside the property and just wait for an agent to come and bring an offer from me.
Right. You don't just stand out front and go, house for sale.
No, that's not like, and also once you start getting the offer, what's the offer? How you protect your client? What's kind of contingency? I do listing. I have listings, and I get offers. People, like, other agents send me offers, and I see that they're not protecting their buyers. Like, let's say I'm a listing agent, and I see them like send me an offer, and there's no protection for the buyer. Like, there's no contingency, there's no appraisal contingency, there's no like inspection, so there's certain stuff you have to do at the contract to protect your client.
Yeah.
A lot of agents now, and I with all respect, I don't mean it in a bad way, but like, a lot of agents, they get excited about, like, oh, I want to buy the house. Oh, let me go write you an offer, Mr. Client. Then they go write an offer, but then they're not looking after the client. They're not looking for their best interest.
They're looking for that commission. They're looking to just sell the house.
Order takers. We call them order takers.
Just
You know what? You go to a place, you want to buy a furniture. There is a guy who's gonna say, you know what? This couch is black. You need a black couch. You need a leather couch. You need what kind of fabric? What is the design? What are you looking for? And there's other guys gonna say, this is the one. Oh yeah, go ahead and let's do it. But the other person is gonna say, this is the couch, and next time when you guys the master bedroom, come back and see me so I can sell the master bedroom, and I can sell the dining room, and I can. This is the kind of like building relation with your clients. And this is important, because you're gonna be sitting in the morning not doing anything, and you're gonna find a phone call from a past client, and he's gonna say, oh, my cousin is buying a house, and that's a true story. Happen every day.
I was about to ask you, and you said, yeah, but give me one of these stories, man, that may come off the top of your head about either somebody you helped, went to bat for, or something. Maybe somebody said, I can't believe this actually happened. How did you make this happen?
I have a lot of clients, but one of the clients I admire a lot and I like is Justin. He worked in a big bank, and he's a friend of mine. Now we became good friends, and Justin, one of the people that I help him with his house from my heart, and I was negotiating for him from my heart. I was like trying to get him the deal from my heart. Like, I felt like, this would be a great opportunity for Justin. Like, I want to get him the house he's dreaming about. And, you see him happy, and you see like the way he was like exciting about getting the house. He bring me a lot of business just because of the fact that, he felt that, I did something good for him. He felt it with his heart. So he, he was trying to reward me with like a lot of clients and business, and what I'm saying. So that was great from Justin. Like, I love Justin, and this is Justin, one of the people I like. I have a lot of clients. I don't want anybody to get upset. I'm sorry. I'm just like
yeah, we can't list them all here.
Too much. Like,
How come you didn't mention me? How come you he didn't talk about me, man?
no, I love all my clients, and we build the kind. You see, I build a relation that like we're like a family, and this is important. It's not about the sale; it's about what's gonna happen after the sale. When they feel like you serve them with your heart, you care about them, you take care of them, they come back to you. They call you on Christmas, you call them. It's very funny. They said like, oh, agent, you have to print a business card, you have to print a greeting card in Christmas, you have to go. My clients call me in Christmas before I call my client in Christmas. That's because we love each other.
I love that response, because
Yes.
I've heard so many say thank you cards, Christmas cards, these things are so important, but if
Don't forget about your client. Yeah.
right, but if you're doing it right, you're already talking to them. You don't need to send a card as much as a phone call, right?
They even call me in my religion, holidays. They call me.
Yeah.
Oh, we heard that there's today a holiday for you. We saw it the internet. I was like, wow, thank you. That's awesome. It's like, so it's building this rapport and relation, and being honest and being like natural. Like there is no, don't fake it, because you're gonna fake it. I never believe about fake it to make it, and all. Like, be natural, be who you are. If they accept you, they accept you. Don't accept you, don't accept you.
So don't be the chameleon. Don't be the person
No.
that you mold into what you think your client wants you to be, or wants you to sound like.
No. And if you're honest about what he's saying, if sincerely that they feel like like you want to help them, you wanna take care of them, you look after them, they will hire you. They don't care who you are, who you're working with, what's your company, what brand behind you. The first thing they sign because of you, because they like you, they trust you, and they build this kind of rapport with you. They get to know you.
So it's really that personal selling part. So for maybe to say that to some young realtors that are wondering, who do I sign with, who do I go with, or I need to make sure I have this, it's you.
It's you. Like, all brokers are the same, with all respect. Like, they all supportive. We have a very strong law. It's protecting everybody. Our business is protected, like, which is, real estate business is protected. You can't do anything wrong. I'm gonna tell you the truth. So, be straight, be fair, be honest, and do everything right. And every broker is the same. A lot of people talk about, what kind of support I'm getting from my broker. What do you want? Like, I think it's you. You need to educate yourself. You need to learn. Go join a team. I'm not saying for people to join my team. By the way, this is not an advertising for people to come and join my team. But, join a team, give some money in a split, be willing to learn and educate yourself, and join any broker at the beginning. Like, don't go pick whatever, like, don't say like, what's the difference between this company and what's my split here and don't think about money. Money will come if you work hard. Money will come. Work hard and money will come. But you're thinking about, like, a lot of people now, they're saying, oh, I just got my license. I want to pick a nice broker that they can support me. What kind of support? Like, it's you. I'm gonna tell you this. Like, I work with two big companies, with Remax and Coldwell Banker. That's it. And now I'm with EXP. It's a big company. I love EXP. Like, they're the best.
Yeah. You recently just made that switch, so now you're on EXP luxury
I'm
side.
an EXP. Yeah, with Gail and Bobby, and I work with Gail and Bobby, and they're nice people. I have my own team. I own my own business, Orlando Future Team, and EXP is a great company. But we'll talk about EXP, later. But again, like, I work with only two big company, huge company, Remax, Coldwell Banker, like monsters, like big companies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying there was like it's not about the support. It was me. I don't remember, like, that was like a big motive for a lot of clients. From, like, people first buy me, then whatever company you're at, they're gonna work with you. Like, they're just about you as a person.
Yeah, I think maybe a lot of salespeople, whether that's real estate or anywhere else, if you're in sales, the buck really stops with you. It stops with how much work you put in. It's not about who's going to support you, right? Who's going to teach me how to do A, B, and C. I mean, look at you. You fly in from Egypt, you jump in, sell some appliances. Next thing you know, but I can almost hear it in your voice when you talk. That very first builder who you sold that house for,
yeah,
that you were almost like going, I'm going to take care of you. So give me a shot. Give me a shot to take care of you. And that honesty, that genuineness of what you were speaking with, right? That was you doing that. Nobody supporting you, right? Whatever that means, right?
Nobody
showing you how to do it.
Nobody. Like, and I mean it. And You know, it's just like the way, you know, when you think about, okay, when you think about it, it's if you have a goal and you work so hard toward this goal and you focus only with this goal, you will reach your goal.
Yeah.
You will. There's no doubt. You'll
So
reach
many
your goal.
people that they get sidetracked, right? They get sidetracked in real estate, right? Not doing the follow up, or like you said, standing by the house with a picture going, come buy this. I'm the person to talk
Oh my
to.
God, let me tell you something very funny about this. You know, the first listing I had, I drove over this listing 17 times in one night. I look up my sign. I was like so exciting to see my sign there, and I was driving with the car, driving with the car, driving with the car, and take pictures. And then and there was no like there was no phones with pictures at the time. I was like taking pictures. I had a camera, small camera from Best Buy,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm taking pictures and taking pictures. Taking it's just like, oh my God, that's my listing. That's my listing. I have a listing. My picture of the listing. Oh my God! You remember a long time ago they used to have like a big picture, it was like your
Yeah, you
Remax
put your picture
the
on the
Remax
listing.
logo,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I have a listing now.
I'm on a sign.
Yeah. My name is not that attractive, but it's okay. You know, I love it. So
No, man, oh man, it's
Just
a
joking.
beautiful name.
Thank you.
Well, where do you think most realtors today fall off?
You know, like just follow up, and they want to take it the easy way. I see a lot of realtors come and talk to me, and you know, they ask me questions, and they want to talk about. They're talking about like business and what are you gonna do, and how can I build my business, and I don't know what to do. It's just like the follow up. You know, they're not continuing the challenge, and they're not working hard. I think they work hard. I'm sorry about like they work hard, but like the result doesn't come easily. You know, you have to keep doing what you're doing for a long time to get the results.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like you go to the gym for 3 days. You're like, there we go.
Oh
I've
my
made it.
God, yeah, your muscles gonna grow.
Right,
Correct.
right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And you look at yourself and you say like, oh, where's my muscles? But yeah, it's you know, it's just you have to keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You have to keep working hard, and there's an opportunity. And a lot of agents say with me, and they said, you know, there's a lot of agents. I understand there's a lot of agents. I understand. You know, yes, but you know, there's a lot of homes to sell. There's a lot of business. You know, if you're gonna think about it this way, don't get to the business. You know,
Right,
like
right.
it's
There's a
everything's
lot of
challenge.
people doing it. So why would I stand out?
We make money in real estate because of the challenge we have.
Yeah.
You make money. When you make money in real estate, you make good money. You can make thousands of dollars in one transaction. In one transaction. So when you make one transaction, it doesn't come easy. It doesn't come. Sometimes, you know, some agents they get lucky. You know, they go and sell a house, you know, and they make the money from the first week, and they think this is real estate, and that's a problem, by the way.
You get
'Cause
spoiled.
It's
You
not.
get spoiled. You show up.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, I listed it for 3 days, and
We go through a lot of challenges and stress. And if your wife or your partner or like the person live with you or your girlfriend doesn't understand the stress we get in real estate business, you're gonna have a problem even in your personal life, because from writing the contract, the stress to getting the inspection, to getting the appraisal.
Yeah.
You know, and get the appraisal done, then the underwriting approval, then closing, then documents, then you have to speed this, then the day of the closing, then the keys, then the walkthrough, everything, and you're dealing with so emotional that you have to glue everybody together. You know, you have to get
You're playing
everybody
quarterback to
love
everything.
everybody.
Yeah.
I can't go and tell my client, you know what, the sellers say like, oh, you made a very low price offer, they don't like you anymore, like they don't want to hear from you. I can't say this. You know, I can say, you know what, the sellers say like, you know, the price is very low, what do you think if we can increase the price a little bit? But I'm gonna say the sellers, okay, you understand what we hear a lot of bad stuff. You know, your job is to make everybody happy with everybody. As a real estate agents, I think we have two big roles at the transaction. First, we're messengers. You don't make decisions.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. You don't make decisions.
Which I love. That don't shoot the messenger. I'm just here delivering a message.
I'm just a messenger. You know, you educate your client. You teach them. You give them the data, and you let them make the decision. You don't make the decision your client. Never ever make a decision for your client. You will lose, because you know what? Whatever decision you're gonna make, they will blame you for this decision, right or wrong, in the future.
This is so. As an ex-psychologist, this
Yeah.
is the advice we would be told. Right? Is you never give your client advice, Because if they follow that advice and it doesn't work out, you're at fault. And if they follow the advice and it works, now all they do is come back to you for what to do every time.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. And you guys gonna say, you know what? This house, I only made like $50,000 in equity. You know what? I made the wrong decision. You know, I can make $75,000.
It'll be your fault.
But you know what? I get clients that said like, oh, how much we're gonna buy the house? 300. I said, yeah, it's good. So it's like, oh, 290. Oh, you know, let me do just the CMA for you. Look at the houses. Look at the sold. Look, I think we're okay with the price. You know, let me try. But you never say like, yes, that's a great deal. Do it. You know, like that's no.
Oh, I can see so many realtors going, oh, you got to take this deal. It's not going to go any lower. I've got you the perfect deal. This is the price. You pay that.
You put yourself in a risk.
Mm.
And I'm telling you this. Don't ever, nothing worth in this life to put yourself in a risk with your business. Like, you know, like there's no reason. And I'm saying this to everybody here. Like, you know, I want everybody to listen to me. Don't put yourself in a risk.
Not our point at the camera.
Yeah, yeah.
Just being clear.
So it's I mean it, you know, like it's, you know what, don't go and say this is a great deal, you have to buy it now. Don't put yourself in this risk. So the first thing, we're messengers. You know, we're natural at the transaction. We don't make decisions. We're like water, like no taste, no color, nothing.
Bruce Lee, be like water.
Then the second thing is you're a glue. And I call agents a glue. We glue the transaction. We glue everything. We work. You know, don't expect your buyer or your seller understand what's property disclosure form. You have to get this, then you have to get it to the buyer from the seller, then you have to sign, then you have to work on it with the other agents. So you glue everything together until you make the big picture, the beautiful picture, which is the house, the closing day. So that's the two things I see that the main role for a real estate agent, you know.
Not following up, not being like water, and not being the glue to hold it together. I like that, man.
Yeah.
I think that's beautiful advice, man.
It's you know, one of the things also I want to talk about is getting in contact with your client. When you have a lead, and this is one of the things also when you talk about agents and the fall, like what makes agents falling these days, and they don't want to get in contact. You have to get in contact personally with your client. If you don't have this contact, personal contact, there is a 50%, 70% chance you lose the deal. People want to see you in person. I understand you got a lead, and I understand they're thinking buying a house in 2 months, and they want to start looking now. A lot of realtor now, they say, oh my God, 2 months?
No, we'll call them
3
in a
months?
month.
That's like, let me ignore the whole situation, and I'll call them like, I'll make a reminder because I'm very tech, like, you know, smart and intelligent in technology, and I'm going to have my iPhone is going to tell me 3 days before the 3 months. Guess what? Other agents already took your business.
Yeah. Them sharks are already out there hunting.
Yeah, get in contact. Go. Shake hands. Say hi.
How much have we lost the personal touch of the agent, of the real estate agent, because of the technology and how easy it is for text message and email and heck, social media, right? How much do you think? How much? Yeah.
Too much. Too much. These days, too much. And, you know, nobody have time for nobody. And
preach on.
But, you know, our job, and this is the good news, is our job will never be an online job. Never. Realtor job will never be an online job.
Yeah.
Because there's too much details in this transaction that nobody can go online and just do it online.
Can't just make a system of it. There's no Housevana or like the Carvana they did.
You know, actually, I love Carvana. My wife just bought a car from Carvana.
From the vending machine?
Yeah. And my daughters went there and they were crazy, like for the
Put
Carvana.
the money in and the car comes down out of the machine and pulls out.
They went there and they have videos and pictures. That's a great idea, by the way. And, you know, you can buy a car from Carvana, you know, and they give you the return. Had you ever heard about returning a house in 7 days?
No.
Like buy a house and return it. If you're not happy, you'll return the house in 7 days.
Or homes in a vending machine.
And a homes and vending machine
those are called trailers.
Exactly.
That's
so our job is protected. You know, we have a great job, a great business, and it's protected. And we're gonna continue to make money and work in this job and grow this job. Have to be technology. And again, I told you, I had a pay-per-click campaign 17 years ago.
And people think they're on something new.
Yeah. The funny thing today is you open the internet and everything is about selling leads. And a guy like, you know, from nowhere is coaching. Let me teach you how to sell real estate. Why about like, tell me how much you sold?
Yeah.
You know, what you did in your life? You know, like it's nothing in a bad way, but you know what? if he can sell leads and if he can sell real estate, I think you can. People is always wants to have the easy way. Let me pay. I'm not saying I don't pay, because people know I pay a lot of money in marketing and stuff, but but at least you have to just like work so hard on it, and just don't follow any, like there's 500,000 lead programs.
Yeah.
You can buy a lead for $1. You can buy it for $8, for $500.
Yeah, sell your firstborn and get 10,000 leads in the first
get you a
month.
hot lead and a cold lead and
Warm leads and purple leads and wet
yes.
leads.
And everybody, let me go to take you to seminar. Let me teach you how to sell real estate. It's very simple. It's you. It's your motive. Like, what, you want to make money? You want to be a successful person? Just you're gonna be very successful in anything you do. Selling real estate, selling sandwiches, selling like anything you do. Like you want to sell. It just is not like selling this. If you love what you're doing, if you have a goal again, and you don't be this like going outside your, like, I have a goal. Like, let's say my goal is to sell $20 million in 2020, this is my goal. I want to sell $20 million, because last year I was almost on $10 million. So I was part-time. So I want to do full-time $20 million. That's my goal. I have to work on my goal from day one, and that's my goal. I have it written in my house. And my wife is like making fun of me. I was like, you know what? I'm down 500,000. I'm down, like today, like I closed like 4 or 5 deals from the beginning of the year. Like, I got it down. So until I reach my goal, and I work, and you find what motivates you. If your kids is your motivation, work for your kids.
Yeah.
If your wife, if your partner, if your family, if your mom, if your parents, if your girlfriend, do it for the person that motivates you the most.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of people talk about being unmotivated or motivated, and science actually points to the fact that there's no such thing as motivated or unmotivated. All you have to do is find or show that person what motivates them, and then you watch an unmotivated person become motivated, just like that.
Correct. And one of the main things for motivation is always think about the future. Don't never think about the past. When you think about the past, you can say like, I wish I did this. I wish this has happened to me.
Oh.
Then you start losing the future by thinking about the past.
Yeah,
but think about the future.
From our side is that depression lives in the past thinking.
Yeah.
So if we stay in the past, that's where you stay.
Especially also if you've been, if you believe life as, no one has been down more than me. No one has been down in his life more than me. I have stories and stories and stories. I got a second chance. I'm working, I'm working so hard. I'm doing my best to prove myself, and I never think about the past. I can say in the past, I made this, and I had this, and I had way more than what I have now. Way more, by the way. But I never think about the past. I think about the future now. I don't say to myself, oh, you know what? I don't have to work. Why I'm working is too much. I'm 49 years old today, and this is for me is like, it's like, if I work so hard for this, it's not going to bring too much money with my age. And, I start bringing it. In the past, I made a lot of money. That's the beginning of the failure.
Yeah.
I woke up in the morning and I think about today. I think about tomorrow. I think about my kids, what they need. How can I build a future for them? I don't want my kids to have the same. That's my motive.
Yeah.
I love my family so much. I love my kids more than anything in my life. I have a great wife. She's very supportive. And,
she is amazing. She is amazing.
Thank you. And I love my kids, and I do everything for my kids. I don't want them to have the life, like the same life I had. When I came to America here, I was in JFK. They said you can travel. I had to go to Texas, and that's one funny story that everybody have to know. I came from Egypt. Egypt is not a small country, but it's like America. It's not like America. Like this is like we're living a continent. So I rode the bus, and I'm so proud to say this. And I traveled from JFK to New York, from New York City to Houston, Texas. Guess what? I sat at the bus for 3 days. I didn't know that I can be driving for 3 days. There is a country in the world you can drive for 3 days non-stop.
And only be halfway across.
At the bus.
Yeah.
So I sat in a one seat in a bus, the changing drivers for 3 days. 3 days. I have no money. I have no family. I have nobody. I don't know anybody in this country. I can't speak English. Like I barely can go and ask for a sandwich, and I don't want my kids to have this life.
Yeah.
That's my motive. Like I went through a lot in my life also. Like don't judge the person with what he's seeing. No, no, no. I've been through too much. So I don't want my kids to have the same life. I'm trying to work so hard, so at least to give them a good education.
Yeah.
They can be like educated people. They have a good life, good future. So that's my motive.
Man, find your motivation, people. Be like water, be like glue. Do your follow-ups. Don't worry about who you're assigned with. Don't put it on anybody else, because it's all about you.
Yeah.
It's all about you and that hard work and what you believe in. The last question I'll ask you, man, that we ask everybody that comes on the State of Real Estate podcast is, what is the state of real estate today as far as you see it?
It's moving, and the market is amazing. The business is booming, growing. Um, a lot of opportunity, too much potential. We have an excellent economy, excellent, excellent. I never saw this in my life, living here for my whole life. I think we're like, people can be upset with me. People can say wrong or right. I think everybody's making money. Everybody's working hard. There's houses is selling. The market is stable back again. The price has already been the market is recovered.
Mm-hmm.
We came into a normal market now. I don't like to hear people saying, "Oh, it's going to be a crash." Where is the crash? How the crash is going to come? It's a normal market. It's up and down. It's up and
it
down.
terrified a lot of people, so a lot of people are
It's
kind of
very
just
healthy.
paranoid. So it's healthy right now.
Very healthy market, and a lot of opportunity for everybody. A lot of opportunity, and I'm looking forward also, like to build my team with EXP and work and get some potential, like from this business. We grow the business and get some business growing in the next year or two.
It's a big move when the MVP around here decides to switch to EXP and be there. Kind of shook up the luxury real estate world for a little bit here in Central Florida. That Ahmed has become EXP.
Well, EXP is a great brand, and what I'm working on it now is I'm trying to work so hard to build a luxury division with EXP. I'm not saying they don't have, or I hate when people say, "Oh, so we don't have a luxury division." No, I'm trying to build my own EXP luxury division that that works. That we start, say, EXP also have a high end and a luxury brand. As it can be count us. It's a lot of work. This is not going to be like 2-3 month process.
Yeah.
It's going to take at least 2-3 years, but we're working on it. We start at least.
With you on it, I'm going to say it's going to take probably about 3 to 4 weeks.
Kind of.
The way your history goes, you're like, it's going to take 2 or 3 years. And I'm like, have you heard yourself today on this podcast? Have you heard your stories, Ahmed?
We want to build a strong brand.
Yeah, you're overestimating here, just in case. So when you come in 3.5 hours of reaching there.
It's very funny. I love selling. I love selling homes. And once I start the connection with my client, we just start building this relation with each other. Either as $1 million client, as a $50,000 client, as a $500,000 client, is just it's about connecting. Getting in touch with your clients and build this rapport. Get to know each other. So
I have to be honest, Ahmed. We could probably sit here for another 2 hours, like the first night we
because
met.
of you. You're awesome, man.
Not me, but
you're getting everything out of me.
Oh, that's I tend to do that. That's my magic.
You're smart.
Well, man, but no, man. We talked for hours the first night we met. We could probably keep this going for hours. And I will say, you should probably be doing some videos or something online, because you coming from one speaker to another that has been doing, whether it's inspirational, motivational speaking, book writing, and things I've done for so many years. You have it, man. I think there's things out there that people need to hear, not just about real estate, but about life and family, man. You got a lot to say, man.
See, I'm going to tell you why I want to do it. Not because I want to be famous. I'm very happy with what I have now. I'm very happy with everything in my life. I'm not a showy person, and everybody knows this. I wear black shirts. I don't wear anything. That's it. Like, so I'm not like I'm
Johnny
not the guy.
Cash, the man
I'm
in
not-
black.
But I want to give the advice from a person went through the problems and I solved the problems. So I want to give the advice. So I think I'm going to be very honest when I give the advice to everybody, not for how you be successful. Everybody can be successful if you work hard, but not to do mistakes, not to make mistakes. How you go through mistakes and how you correct it and how you improve yourself and how you educate yourself. There's too much. Which is thank you for the opportunity and give me the chance to talk about the videos. I would love to work, and do something like this.
You
And I'm
need
working
to.
on it. And thank you.
At least maybe start your own podcast, even, bud.
No, I will never know. You're gonna be the person that have to come and help me during this.
We'll help
podcast.
you.
Yes,
We'll
thank you.
set you up. We'll get a whole studio set up for you in
Thank
your
you.
house or
Thank
your
you.
office somewhere, man.
Thank you.
Start kicking these things out every day, man. You need to be, brother.
But yeah, it's like my advice will be an honest advice.
Yeah.
And again, when you go through the issue and the problem and you correct it and you solve it, in real estate, in life, I have a story to tell.
Yeah.
When I came here, I came with nothing, and barely, build myself from scratch. Learning English, learning how to write and read and go through what I went through and work and build myself and have a family. And everybody's telling me you have 6 kids. Yes, I have 6 kids. You know why I have 6 kids? Because I didn't have a family when I come here, so I was looking to build a big family. I was looking to build my own community.
Yeah.
My own family, my own family. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I have 6 kids. That's why I take pride of my kids. Like that's why I work so hard to give them a good life.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded with a lot of good friends like yourself and say Patricia and everybody. Like you guys are awesome people.
Appreciate it, man.
A lot of good friends, and the good thing about having a good friends is during the hard time, the only thing will left you is your family and your friends.
Yeah.
Not money, not power, not being smart or have skills, is the people around you.
Yeah.
What they're gonna lift you back. I've been falling too many times, and when I fall, the only thing left me up is my family and my friends, and this is the truth.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm gonna share this just for everybody, and you're not gonna like it, Adam, but it's okay.
Okay. Well,
When
all right.
When you call me, remember when you called me?
Yep.
That meant a lot to me. When you said like, how can I help you? You remember one time when I had a issue,
A decision.
then you decision to make, and I was like, then you call me. That meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? There's a person there, cares about me, is calling me, and he's worried, and he wants to help me to make a decision. For you it was naturally because you're trying to help a friend,
Yeah.
a brother.
Yeah.
For me, was the whole world, because what's better than finding or feeling that there's a person there cares about you? What money is gonna bring value, or like there's no value. Like I call this, there is no value for having people. They like you, they want to help you, they support you for no reason, just because they care about you.
Yeah.
That's like
You
huge,
can't price that.
huge.
How do you price that?
No value.
Yeah.
So be nice, guys, to everybody. Like, be nice to each other, love each other, support each other for no reason, because you don't understand when you support other people how much this can make for them and
Yeah.
for you too in the future.
Man, if you don't start a podcast, Ahmed, I swear to you, you need to be preaching, man. You need to write a book. You need to be
Thank you.
preaching. You
Thank
need to be out there, brother.
You're awesome. I love you, brother.
No,
Thank
I
you.
mean it,
Thank you
man.
very
I
much.
mean it. Usually I'm the one that have to run in my mouth the whole time, but I'm standing here looking at you going, yes, sir. I'm like, preach on, brother Ahmed. Preach on. I'm back in a
Thank you.
Baptist church somewhere in the South.
Listen, thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. I want people to know more about me, and I want people to know a lot. It's so important for a lot of people. A lot of people ask me a lot of questions everywhere.
Yeah.
Not everybody likes me. A lot of people don't like me, which is, I don't know why, but it's okay. I still like them.
I can see that. I can.
It's
No,
okay.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I can see that.
Thank
I
you.
can see that.
Yeah.
No, but I definitely cannot see that, man. And
Thank you.
before we exit, man, tell everybody where to find you, how to look you up, where to go, and especially about this place.
Okay, yeah, no, Makani is my wife's restaurant, so she's like, it's an international drive. So you guys want to come here? You want to try the food? Unbelievable! It's awesome. More important for me is real estate. I don't want her to get upset, but it's okay. OrlandoFuture.com.
Yeah.
This is my website, OrlandoFuture.com.
Mhm.
That's my website, and this is my team. My team is Orlando Future team, and I call it Orlando Future because I believe for the last 2 years I want to be the future. I want to do something that people can remember, and I want to make a difference. I'm building my team now, and I have great people working with me, supporting me, and again, OrlandoFuture.com.
Yeah, that's where it's at. And if honestly you want food to remember,
I'm
bring
food.
bring yourself to Makani for food to remember, for real estate investment or house or team to back you up that you will certainly remember. Ahmed is definitely the way to go.
Thank you.
And OrlandoFuture.com, everybody, man. Thank you so much, man, for sitting with us, brother.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, brother. I enjoyed, man. And we'll see y'all next time on the State of Real Estate podcast.